guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Monday. This is your Monday motivational video for your day and for the rest of your week if you choose to use it. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys had a great weekend. My weekend was pretty good. It was a little cold this weekend, but it was nice. I didn't really do much. Went to church yesterday, celebrated my nephew's daughter's birthday. She turned 2, little cutie pie. Saturday, what did I do Saturday? Oh, Saturday, went out shopping. Other than that, I've been pretty good. Woke up this morning in just a really good mood. Lately I've just had some things on my mind that, have been bothering me, and it's nothing, nothing crazy. It's just, how sometimes you just kind of go into those moments where you allow yourself to just think about things that you're, that you probably don't think about all the time. But then I'm just like, you know what? It got to a point where it started bothering me and it was stressing me out that it was bothering me. So I'm like, you know what? I am going to remain unshakable. And that is what my message is for you guys today. Sometimes we go through things in life and we allow things to take hold of us, of our joy, of our happiness, of our energy. We allow it to take space and live rent free in our heads. And that's not a good thing because that can really alter the way that we move on our day-to-day lives. It can alter the way that we make decisions. It can alter our attitudes towards our loved ones. It can alter the road that you're in. Like, I'm usually a pretty happy person. Not that I don't ever go through anything, but I have learned how to take control of my emotions, because I used to be the type of person where, and I still am to a certain extent, like it's hard for me to not be honest with how I feel, whether it's my face, whether it's the look on my face, whether it's the way that I speak or not. But one thing about me is that I do wear my heart on my sleeve, but I've learned how to control my emotions to where I used to allow certain things to take over me so bad that it will cause me to not go to school, call out of work, not pick up the phone for my best friends, family. And that's not okay, because those particular things can actually help you in a sense. Like, you going to work, you're going to allow something to get in between you and your money. You're going to allow something that probably won't matter tomorrow to get in the middle of you and your education. You're going to allow something to linger so much that it's going to cause you to not have a conversation with a friend, not knowing that they may be the one that needs you, and sometimes we get so caught up in our stuff that we forget that, and this can be looked at in a couple of ways, because when we're not okay, we can't be okay for someone else, right? But sometimes, for me at least, in my personal opinion, in my experience, there were times where I was going through the worst, and there were people who were calling on me to be there for them, and I was able to put my stuff aside for the moment to be there for them without them knowing that I was going through my own thing. And, for a while, people didn't know that I was going through stuff, right? But if I can do that, then I know that I can take hold of my emotions. I can master my emotions to the point where I can say, okay, you know what? This thing may be bothering me right now, and it can bother me if it wants to, but I am not going to allow it to take over me. And so I've gotten to the point now where sometimes, even if something's wrong, or even if something's happening around me and it's not a really good thing, or it's a negative thing, or whatever the case may be, I may walk around looking like it doesn't matter to me, or it, maybe I don't care. And that's not the case. It's because I walk around choosing not to hold on to that negative energy, choosing not to allow that negative thing to take hold of my day. Like, there's no way that I'm going to continue to walk throughout my day with that negative thing on my shoulder, lingering in my mind, taking a hold of my emotions. No. This past Sunday, my pastor's wife preached one heck of a service, and her message was basically remaining anchored. And when you are anchored, and this is of course, coming faith based, when you remain anchored, in knowing that, um, there's something, a higher thing bigger than you, that will continue to help you push forward, there's nothing that can stop you, but you have to remain anchored. You can't allow yourself, to be dragged on by these negative things. And so, the message at church yesterday really, really spoke to me because of where my mind has been lately. And I'm just like, you know what? It was one of those services where you walk in there and you feel like they're talking directly to you. That's how I felt yesterday. And it was so needed. Like, from beginning to end, it was so needed. And so, you know, staying planted and standing firm in your joy, in your control, in your emotions, knowing that, you know what, and sometimes it's, a lot of the times it's easier said than done, right? Because we are emotional beings. Our emotions do matter. What we feel matters, and it's not, there's a difference between taking a hold of your emotions and brushing things under the rug. You don't want to brush it under the rug and not deal with it. That's not what I mean. But you deal with it, and then you leave it there. You don't drag it with you throughout the day to where it begins to, you know, take a seat on the driver's side, and now that thing is driving you. That's the last thing that you want to do. And that's how I used to be. And it took me a long time because of the things that I've been through in life and things like that. Now I'm at a point where I don't switch it off. It's not that I don't feel it. It's not that I don't deal with it. I deal with it, but then I move forward. And if it bothers me later, I deal with it then again and I move forward. I don't let it, consume me. I don't let it consume my mind, because what will happen if I do that and I continue to do what I used to do, I won't get any videos done. I won't get any work done. I won't go to the gym. I won't pick up the phone for friends. I won't be around family. I won't care to call anybody. I won't be productive. My faith will be questioned, and I will know that, and that will bother me. And so all of these things can just turn that one thing into something so much bigger. And I refuse to do that. I refuse to go back to the same thing I graduated from. And that's the message that I want to give you guys today, is just stand firm, stay planted, definitely hook on to that thing that helps you stand firm in the mindset of, you know what, I'm not going to allow this thing to take over. I'm not going to allow this thing to, take over my day. And, sometimes we think we've got a hold of something, but then the next day, we're worried today about, you know what, I'm going to try to do this today, but tomorrow it might bother me. Or, you always, we always have a way of focusing further than where we are right now, focusing on tomorrow, maybe the next week. And it's good to have plans and everything like that, but tomorrow will have its own problems. And I know I've seen that, and it sounds cliche, but it's true. Tomorrow will have its own troubles. You haven't gotten there yet. You are not even guaranteed tomorrow. Focus on what you have today. Focus on your feelings. Focus on your joy. Focus on being productive. Focus on your mental health. If you are going through a situation or a time period in your day where you're just feeling like, oh man, like, I don't know what this is. I feel uneasy. I don't like how I'm feeling. Deal with what you're feeling. Allow yourself that time to feel, to deal with it, but don't stay there. Don't stay there. I encourage you to write things down as you feel them as well. That's a form of therapy. There is power in a pen. And I say that all the time because I truly believe that when you release that kind of energy. It's something different than you just kind of typing it on a laptop or typing it in your phone. When you are physically writing out what you are feeling, you are releasing energy, you are releasing emotions. And I am a big believer, and I have tested this tried and true for myself, that I feel a lot better when I physically write the way that I feel. That's why I journal so much, is because I feel like by the time I'm done, that emotion, whatever it is that I felt, is no longer there. It has been released. It's out of me. Now it's my responsibility to maintain that. And that's the hard part, because it's easy for us to kind of fall back into the it's almost like, and it's funny because my pastor was talking about this yesterday. Sometimes we feel almost guilty about feeling good. And I'm like, wow, like it makes no sense, but it makes 100% sense at the same time. Like it's almost like when we worry too much and when we stop worrying, we get worried that we're not worrying enough. It's like, well, wait a minute. I should be stressing about this, because if I don't stress about it, nobody will see it. Or, I won't fix it if I don't stress about it. No, like you can't do that to yourself. You can't live that way. You have got to get to a place where you just focus on today. Don't stress about what you can't control. Deal with what you got going on, but choose to master your emotions. Choose to make sure that you are keeping yourself in line with with you know moving at a pace that allows you to have joy in your day despite of what you're going through. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Maybe one day I'll elaborate more on the whole feeling bad for not stressing out thing, because that gets deep, because I used to be that person that I stressed so much that at the moment I felt a little bit of happiness, or I was laughing a little bit too much, then I'll get back into the whole, wait a minute, but I got to stress about this because this is going wrong and I need to pay attention to what's going wrong. You get what I'm saying? So that's no way to be. So just make sure that you are standing firm. Make sure that you are, um, you know, dealing with what you got to deal with, but don't let it take over you. All right. Hope that helps some of you, all of you, or even one of you out there. Leave your comments down below. Let me know how you guys are doing, what's been going on. I hope you guys are doing well, and stay safe out there. This world's getting a little crazy, but we will remain positive and we will continue to push forward day by day. All right. Leave your comments down below, and if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!